Real YouTubers have weird topics. I don't know why. This is today's video. You know, I thought I wasn't gonna like the pink very much, but I actually think I like how it turned out. Okay, so there I was thinking about which video I wanted to post today, and I had an idea. Now, the idea is kind of strange. If you can read the title, then you probably know we're going to be talking about which of the original 151 Pokemon I could beat in a fight. I don't know why this is today's video, but I thought it was funny. So we're going to do it. That's cool with everybody? If there are no objections, speak now or forever watch the video, I guess. You might be wondering, Wolf, why do I care which of the original 151 Pokemon you could beat in a fight? And to that, I say, no more questions, thank you. Anyway, with that being said, here's a brush. My hair is, as usual, not cooperating. I need a haircut so badly. It's getting close to the grab the scissors and the razor and just see what happens phase, but yeah, that's not gonna stay. I know my hair well enough. It's already falling. Okay, cool. So here's the tier list. Obviously, there's a spectrum, which is why we're doing a tier list out of this. So you can see at the top, higher tier is more likely to win. Lower tier is I'm not winning. Maybe I should have flipped it. But that's okay. This is what we're doing. Okay, cool. So first up, we have Bulbasaur. The first Pokemon. Here's the thing about Bulbasaur. It definitely gets things like Sleep Powder and Poison Powder. And yeah, like the thing is, it's small and like relatively frail, but it also has vines. I don't think I have a very good chance against Bulbasaur personally. Yeah, like I mean, of course it's like a Babby Pokemon. However, I think it's still relatively strong compared to a human. Like, I definitely remember Bulbasaur like doing some stuff in the anime. So yeah, I don't think I'd beat Bulbasaur. And you know what? Ivysaur, for the similar reasons, falls into that same category, except like Ivysaur is just Bulbasaur but stronger. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. I guess it depends on the starting conditions of the fight. Let's assume that we start in like a ring. I don't know. Like, I guess it depends with how they open, because I feel like if I get hit with like a Vine Whip or something, right, early on, maybe I have a chance. Like, if I can, like, I don't know, if you can get in close, I think you have a chance, especially against Bulbasaur. However, yeah, like, I think that if they're smart and use things that are actually like scary, or, you know, get a good Vine Whip off, I don't think I can win. Venusaur, I don't think there's any world in which I beat a Venusaur. It can do pretty much nothing, and I'd probably still lose. That thing is tanky. Yeah, I don't think I'd beat Venusaur ever, personally. Charmander is next. So Charmander is very small and has fire type attacks. However, I remember from the anime, like Charmander and actually it was mostly Charmeleon. Like, they were always like burning Ash, and he was still fine. So I feel like the flame isn't that powerful. I'm gonna put Charmander in neutral. I think it's somewhat neutral. Like, he's definitely not very bulky. You know? I feel like if I can get in close, and if the fire in his tail goes out, he dies, which I feel like should mean that I shouldn't put it out, because I'm definitely not trying to kill anything, but, I mean, a win's a win, you know, so, that's a joke. Please no murder. Yeah, so, Charmander, I feel like I could take, nonetheless. Like, he's definitely not very bulky. He's not that strong. I don't know. I think I could take him. Charmeleon is definitely scarier because he's bulkier. He's not that bulky overall, though, but he's definitely stronger. I feel like the real weakness of Charmeleon is that it's not disciplined in general. Like, Ash's Charmeleon, for example, is, like, very stubborn, and I feel like maybe I could use that to my advantage. So we're going to put Charmeleon in neutral as well. I know it seems strange to put Charmeleon higher, or, like, easier to beat than, like, Ivysaur, but that feels right to me. And I don't think I've ever beaten Charizard, ever. I think there's no world in which I can actually take Charizard in a fight. Like, it can fly. I think if it can fly, it's going to put me in a big disadvantage, because contrary to popular belief, I cannot fly. So, yeah. Next up, we have Squirtle. Unlike Charmander and Bulbasaur, I feel like Squirtle is actually a decent matchup. I'm going to put Squirtle in probable. The reason is that, like, Charmander and Bulbasaur have good options to, like, keep you away, like, with fire or, like, poison or sleep or whatever, or vines, whereas Squirtle only has water, and, like, yeah, water probably hurts if it's, you know, launched, like, with enough, force. However, like, of the three, I'd much rather deal with Squirtle than the others. Wartortle, like, the thing about Wartortle is, like, it's a turtle. I mean, Squirtle's a turtle too, but Wartortle is just, like, he looks so much more solid. I'm gonna put him in neutral. I think he's probably neutral. Like, I think there's a chance. It depends a lot on the terrain, I think, because if I can pick him up, maybe there's something I can do. Or if he gets on his back, maybe he's, like, helpless. Like, I don't know. I think that's hard for turtles to deal with. However, Like, he definitely shoots water stronger, and yeah, I don't think it goes super well for me, but it's not impossible either. Like, I'd rather deal with War Turtle than I think either of the other two mid-stage starters. I don't know if Blastoise in unlikely. I think it's unlikely. I think it's impossible. I don't see any world in which I can beat Blastoise in a fight. He has 2 cannons, like, and not like the Pokemon, but like 2 cannons, and I just don't see a world in which I could actually deal with that, personally. Yeah, I don't think I can beat that at all. Caterpie is next. This is a high tier matchup. I'm putting it in probable. You know what? No, I'm putting it in guaranteed. If I lose to Caterpie, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I don't think I can lose to Caterpie. I mean, String Shot's kind of annoying. It just depends on how sticky it is. Maybe it's probable. I guess if I get like super caught in the String Shot webs, like it could be bad, but yeah, I think it's fine. Metapod, that's gotta be guaranteed. If I can't beat Metapod, I definitely can't beat anything else. Metapod stinks. Although I guess it's hard to like actually damage, but yeah, there's no way I'd lose to Metapod. Yeah. Butterfree, I think, is unlikely. Again, if it can fly, it's going to put me at a big disadvantage. And, like, Butterfree has, like, really annoying moves like Sleep Powder and Poison Powder. And even just, like, regular moves like Bug Buzz and Hurricane. Like, I'm sure I don't take Hurricane well. I'm sure, I don't know the calcs on that, but I'm sure it's not good. Weedle's next. I think I could probably beat Weedle. I don't think it'd be super easy, but I do think it's probable. The thing is that it has Poison Point, so I might need to get lucky and not get poisoned. Or, like, finish the fight before the poison wears off. So that way I can, like, go to the Pokemon Center and get my little Pokeball and then heal up. But, yeah. I think I could probably beat Weedle. I think I actually am close to guaranteed to beat Kakuna, though. Actually, Kakuna gets Poison Sting, and so even though it doesn't have Poison Point, I'm not positive I could beat it, because if I get poisoned out the gates, like, it could be kind of hard. And Beedrill, I hate bees. I think there's a world if I had, like, a big fly swatter that maybe I could beat Beedrill, but I think it's extremely unlikely. Like, in terms of Pokemon design, like, Pokemon I would want to fight in a fight, definitely not Beedrill. Like, Beedrill's actually terrifying. Yeah. Next up, we have Pidgey and Pidgeotto and Pidgeot. I'm going to put Pidgey in neutral. It's flying, which makes it, like, definitely neutral at best. However, yeah. I don't know. It's not super strong, and the thing about Pidgey is most of the time you'd expect it to get in close to be able, like, to have to attack. And so, maybe using that I could do something, but I don't think it's in my favor. Like, I think this is neutral leaning unlikely, personally. Pidgeotto, I think, is unlikely. Pidgeot as well. These are very similar to me. They're just big birds. Like, small bird, maybe, but, like, I definitely couldn't beat a big bird. No way. In real life or in Pokemon. Like, yeah. Also, Pidgeot normally is often a special attacker, and so, like, yeah, if it's a special attacker and doesn't need to get in close, there's no way I could beat it. Rattata is next. I think that's probable. I think I could probably beat Rattata. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little rat, and, like, I don't know for sure if I could beat it because I think it has big teeth, but I think there's a chance. I'm not gonna just write it off personally. Like, I think it's a decent chance. Raticate is much bigger rat, and, like, if I saw this big of a rat in real life, I don't think I could deal with it. So yeah, we're putting Raticate neutral. I actually think Raticate's unlikely. I think we're gonna have a tier gap. I don't think I could beat Raticate. I don't think it's neutral. Maybe it's possible, but yeah, I don't think it's likely. Fearow, same as Pidgey, or Spearow, same as Pidgey, like just a bird. Fearow, I think, is also unlikely because it's big bird. Same logic as Pidgeyline. So, yeah, there's that. Ekans. I think this is an unlikely Pokemon. I don't think I could beat a snake in real life in a fight. Like, especially a poison snake, and a rattlesnake, I don't think I could beat that at all. In fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is extremely unlikely. And actually, I think Arbok, a controversial pick here, I think Arbok is actually impossible. Like, I see no world in which I can beat. I see no world in which I feel comfortable approaching that thing. There's no way I could beat an Arbok in real life. There's no way. Absolutely not. Pikachu's next. I think Pikachu's probably neutral. I guess it depends on, like, Pikachu's not bulky at all. So if you can get a couple hits on it, it might faint. However, yeah, like, it has electricity and range, and so, like, if it stays, like, far away and hits you with, like, electric type moves, I'd probably lose. So I think it's neutral, because it's kind of just like a who hits each other first. Raichu's bulkier, could hold the Assault Vest, so most of my attacks are physical. So, yeah, like, Assault Vest doesn't help too much, but yeah, faster, Much faster, stronger, probably smarter as well. I don't think I could beat Raichu. And the bulk is the real thing. Like, I feel like if I'm going to beat a Pokemon, it has to be pretty frail because I'm not going to get many attacks in. I just have to make them count, you know? I think Sandrew is neutral. Personally, it's not spiky, which gives me an advantage because I can smack it around. However, like, it's very bulky, and, like, I don't see myself doing much damage to it. And, like, if I, like, I don't know. I might hurt myself more than I hurt it because it's, like, a roly-poly thing. But it's not super strong either, so I feel like I could at least prolong the fight well enough to maybe figure something out. So we'll put it in neutral. Sandslash, I think, is extremely unlikely. This boy's spiky, which is not good for me, I think. I don't think there's, like, almost no way I could beat the Nidorans. Maybe these are neutral, like the Babyformies are neutral. I don't think I can beat Nidorina. I think there's no way I beat Nidoqueen at all. These are all the same to me, but yeah, I think there's no way. Like, maybe these two. Like, maybe. But unlikely. I definitely would beat the heck out of Clefairy. There's no way I'd lose to Clefairy, right? There's no way I'd lose to Clefairy, right, chat? Why did I say chat? I'm alone. I'm alone in my apartment. Well, I have a roommate, but you know what I'm saying. Clefairy is not good at doing damage. Yeah, it's good at, like, tanking damage, but yeah, I could definitely beat the heck out of Clefairy. Clefable, on the other hand, I think is neutral. Like, that thing is bulkier and actually is relatively strong when it comes to offenses. I think it's unlikely to beat Clefable. I'm going to say this is a huge discrepancy between the Babyformy and the Evolveformy. Yeah. I think I could take Vulpixon. It's like Charmander, but weaker. Yeah. Ninetales, however, if you touch the tail, you get turned into a Pokemon. I think it's impossible. I don't see any world in which I'd beat a Ninetales. Like, there's no world in which I beat Ninetales. Jigglypuff, I think, is probable. It will put you to sleep, which is a drag, but, other than that, I think I'd be fine. Like, it's not strong at all, and eventually I will wake up, so, yeah, I think I could probably beat Jigglypuff. I think Wigglytuff is neutral. Like, it's not that strong, and it's not that bulky. Base stats overall are pretty, like, leave something to be desired, excuse me, and although it has competitive, like, I don't have any way of dropping its stats, so that shouldn't be a big problem here. So I don't have to worry about the offenses. Zubat, I think, is probable. Not guaranteed for sure because it has, like, supersonic and stuff. However, is it the Pokemon Go Zubat model? It kind of looks like it. I think it's probable. Like, it's really weak. It's like, yeah, it's super weak. And a couple of good hits on it should probably knock it out. So, yeah, I think it's probable. Golbat's tankier and more annoying. I think it's unlikely, actually. I don't think I could beat Golbat. Faster, stronger, more annoying. Yeah. I think I could probably beat Oddish. It's not guaranteed because it's like the thing about grass types is if they hit you with the right powder move, like you might just be like in trouble. But yeah, like it's not bulky at all and its offenses aren't super strong. So yeah, I might be able to do it. Gloom, I think, is probably neutral. Like, I think, like, Gloom is like, only slightly stronger than Oddish, but it's enough of a buff that I feel like I would have a much harder time with it. And then Vileplume, I think, is very unlikely. I'm not going to put it in impossible, like, because unlike Venusaur, it doesn't use Vines. However, yeah, I would be shocked if I could beat a Gloom. Paris is slow as heck and really frail. I'm going to say I could guarantee beat Paris. Maybe not. That might be too much. I think it's probable I'd beat Paris. Yeah, I could probably beat Paris. It's definitely not guaranteed. Paris is really frail and slow, like I mentioned. However, if I don't one-shot it, I'm definitely worried about, like, Effect Spore or Regular Spore, and, yeah, that could be problematic. And I don't like bugs either, actually, now that I think about it. So, yeah. Parasect, I think, is somewhat neutral. It's a lot tankier, but still super slow. I don't think I can one-shot it. I think this is unlikely. Because I don't one-shot it, and if the Parasect is smart, it would just use Spore and put me to sleep, and then I'd be in trouble. Like I said, I don't like bugs, so I think Venonat is probably in neutral. Like, this thing is scary, honestly, in terms of its design. Like, it's creepy as heck. It's a giant bug. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I could beat Venonat in a fight. And then Venomoth can fly. I think it's unlikely. Not impossible, but I do think it's unlikely. Diglett, I think, is actually probable. There's only one of it instead of 3, contrary to popular belief. And it's just like playing whack-a-mole. I feel like I just need one good hit, and then it's like a problem. Like, I just need a hammer or something. I don't think I'm allowed to bring weapons into this, but yeah, it's just like playing whack-a-mole, which I don't think I'm great at, but like, yeah. Also, I don't feel like Diglett is that strong on its own. Like, whenever they talk about Diglett lore, they talk about how, like, Diglett will build a tunnel with, like, a bunch of Diglett and stuff. However, like, this is just one Diglett we're talking about. What we're not talking about one Diglett is 3 Diglett, which is Dugtrio. There's 3 of them you have to hit, and it's a lot stronger. I think it's unlikely I'd beat Dugtrio. Meowth as a cat, I like cats. I think it's impossible. I just couldn't bring myself to fight cats. I really like cats. Psyduck I think is super strong, but also super weak. I guess it depends on the day. I think I could probably take Psyduck on, personally. I think I could probably do it. Golduck I think is unlikely though. There's a big power jump from Psyduck to Golduck. Yeah. Mankey and Primeape to me are both unlikely. Like, maybe Mankey is neutral. Can I beat Mankey? Maybe. I think Mankey might be neutral. It's very frail and not that strong. But I definitely wouldn't want to fight against Mankey. Primeape is much stronger, though. It has, like, boxing gloves or something. There's no way I'd beat Primeape. Or, not no way, like, it's very frail, which is why it's unlikely and not impossible. But, yeah. Growlithe is next. I don't think I could beat Growlithe, and I think I definitely couldn't beat Arcanine. Like, I don't think I could beat a regular dog in a fight, let alone a fire dog, and definitely not a legendary fire dog that's, like, big and has Intimiducty. So, yeah, there's no way. Poliwag, maybe I could beat. I could probably beat Poliwag. I think Poliwag, it's like so frail and so weak, and like it's a water type, so like its secondary effects aren't super scary. It has Hypnosis, which should be the scariest thing, but if I could just dodge that, I should be fine. Poliwhirl is tankier, so like the thing is I can't get rid of it as quickly, which means that it's going to stay on the field longer, and therefore it'll be more problematic to deal with. And Poliwrath has, again, boxing gloves, which just puts me at a big disadvantage, because I definitely do not have boxing gloves for hands. I think there's almost no way to beat Poliwrath. Like, maybe there's a chance, but I think it's unlikely. Abra is kind of weird. I think I can beat Abra, because all it does is teleport. I just have to hit it, although I don't think I can hit it. I'm putting it in neutral. I think this is a stamina battle, and I'd have to stall at the PP. Kadabra I think is unlikely, and then Alakazam is big impossible. There's no way I'd beat Alakazam in a fight, right? I see no world in which I could successfully beat Alakazam in a fight. Like, yeah, no way. Machop, I think, is probably neutral. It's so small. It's Babby. Machoke is unlikely, and there is no world in which I can beat Machamp. Yeah, this is just like an easy, going down the line, in my opinion. Bellsprout is probable. I think we could probably beat Bellsprout. It's not guaranteed, of course, but, like, it's so weak. Weepinbell, on the other hand, I think is unlikely, and Victreebel, almost impossible. The thing about Victreebel is it's terrifying, and it's, like, carnivorous. I think I would die if I fought Victreebel, honestly. Yeah. Tentacool, I'm gonna say neutral. That thing's scary. Poison types, in general, freak me out. I would not want to fight a poison type in real life. Like, it's not super strong, but it's got some annoying things it can do, and if I get poisoned, I'm gonna be mad. Yeah. Tentacruel, on the other hand, I think is unlikely. I don't think I could ever beat Tentacruel. I don't see any world in which I can deal with that ever. Geodude, impossible. Graveler, impossible. Golem, impossible. What am I going to do against a rock? Like, I'm not strong enough to smash rocks with, like, my bare hands or anything. There's no way. There's no way. Ponyta and Rapidash, I think, are also actually impossible because, like, you can't touch them without burning yourself, which seems like a problem for someone who does not want to burn themselves. And, like, yeah, I just couldn't deal with it. Slowpoke, I think it's probable. Slowbro, I think, is unlikely. Slowpoke is pretty frail when it gets down to it, and, like, very slow. So maybe I could get some hits in before it, like, retaliates. Slowbro, on the other hand, is so tanky and, like, relatively strong that I feel like it doesn't need to... Oh. Excuse me. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, Slowbro, like, I feel like it doesn't need to, it doesn't need to, like, hit many times. It just has to get 1 or 2 good hits in, so I think there's no way I could deal with that. Magnemite, I think, is unlikely. Like, it's fast and it floats, and it has electricity. And it's steel type, which means, like, I don't think I could smack it around as easily. Magneton is similar. Like, my matchup versus Magneton is definitely way worse, because it's just 3 Magnemite. I'm not going to say it's impossible, because maybe if I was super smart, I could deal with it, but yeah. Farfetch, there's no way, ever. One of the strongest Pokemon. There's no way I could deal with that. Doduo. Where are we putting Doduo? I think I could probably beat Doduo. And I think Dodrio is unlikely. This one's tough. Like, Doduo doesn't have really much going for it, and it can't, even though it's a bird, it's flightless, so I feel like that gives me an advantage. But Dodrio is so fast and has 3 heads to peck at you. I would actually put Doduo in neutral. Let's see. In neutral. Like, I don't think it's very likely I beat Doduo, but I think it's possible for sure. Seal. I'm gonna say probably I could beat a Seal. It's like just a regular Seal, which I don't think I could beat in real life, actually. Ah, maybe. Dugong, however, super tanky, like, and stronger too. There's no way. I don't think I could beat Grimer or Muck. Like, I don't think, like, the thing is that you don't consider is, like, these things smell bad, and, like, I don't think I could, like, approach a toxic pile of waste. So, yeah, I think there's no way. Shelter, I think it's neutral. I think it's possible I beat Shelter, but also, like, I don't know what's inside the shell, so I'm not positive. Cloyster, I think, is unlikely. This thing's scary as heck. Ghastly, any ghost type I feel like is impossible. Like, what do you want me to do? There's nothing I can do. It's a ghost type. We don't have any other ghost types in this. Yeah. Yeah, we can't beat ghost types. There's no way. Onyx is also impossible. Like, that's, like, big impossible. Like, there's no way I beat an Onyx ever. Right? Like, what do you want me to do? I don't know. Drowsy is creepy, but I think I could beat it. I think I could beat it, and I'm not positive. I think I could beat it. Hypno, I think, is unlikely. Like, the bulk is significant enough that, like, it could definitely hit me a couple times before I had the chance to, like, get rid of it, and yeah. Krabby's just a crab, so I think, unlikely. Kingler's just a big crab, so I think impossible. Like, I don't think I can take a crab on. I don't know about you guys. Voltorb, I think I could probably take. Voltorb, the thing is, like, it's not very bulky, and if it explodes, like, all I have to do is survive the explosion. Actually, by rules of explosion, if it explodes, then I win the fight. So I'm gonna put Electrode in neutral. If they go kaboom, then, like, I'll win by default, so yeah. Execute, I eat scrambled eggs a lot, so I think I could probably take Execute. Executor, on the other hand, is impossible. It's unlikely. Maybe because we have our strong bond, he would forfeit. But yeah, other than that, I don't think it's very good. Cubone, hard-headed, like, God, he lost his mom. That's so sad. I'm gonna put him in neutral. Actually, he's kind of strong. I'm putting him in unlikely, and I think Marowak is even more unlikely than Cubone, for sure. Hitmonlee is like a fighter who's trained. I think that's impossible. Same with Hitmonchan. Like, I am not a trained fighter. I've never actually been in a fight. So this is very conjecture-ish. But I'm pretty sure I couldn't beat things that were trained specifically to fight at all. Glicky Tongue. This thing is gross. I'm going to put it on unlikely. I don't think I can beat Glicky Tongue in a fight. Like, maybe, but the thing is the tongue is so creepy. I would not want to deal with it. Coughing and wheezing, like, I am not immune to poison. I don't think I could beat these things at all. Like, you can't get close without getting, like, dealing with the gas. Bulky rock types, there's no way. Like, I don't have anything for bulky rock types. Chansey, though, I would smack the heck out of. Chansey does not win here. Tangela, I think, is neutral. It depends what's behind the vines, truthfully. I think. Depends what's behind the vines. But I like, the thing is that Tangela's not very bulky, and it depends on how it uses the vines. But if I got in close, I think I could do some damage. Kangaskhan is a mother, so I don't think I could beat her. Like, she has a Babby with her. So, like, I don't think, like, I feel like I couldn't bring myself to, like, fight against a Babby. Like, what are you gonna do? Hit that? You might, if you're trying to hit Kangaskhan, you might fight the Babby, too. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, because, like, if it doesn't Mega Evolve, it's not super strong, but, yeah. Horsey's actually relatively weak. I think I could probably beat Horsey. Seadra, on the other hand, I think is, it's got those, like, spiny boys. I'm gonna say it's unlikely. Like, not impossible, but unlikely. I would beat the heck out of Goldeen. There's no way I'd lose to Goldeen. Seeking, on the other hand, I think is probably neutral. It's just a big fish, but the horn is, like, definitely scary. Staryu, I think, is probable. Really frail. Not very offensive. Like, I think I could definitely take it. Starmie, on the other hand, I think is unlikely. Faster, way stronger, great coverage moves. Better bulk. I couldn't one or two shot Starmie, most likely. I think I'd probably do 40% at most. Yeah. Scyther, guys, don't ever let me fight Scyther. I would die. Like, that thing would slice me in half. Jinx, I think is unlikely. It's really frail physically, and my attacks, like I mentioned, are mostly physical attacks, which should help. However, like, yeah, it's still pretty strong and has a bunch of annoying support moves. I might need to get lucky, but I think I could do it. Magmar, I think, is unlikely. It's always Magmar. Yeah, like, the thing is, actually, you know what? Anything with Flame Body, I think, is going to be very difficult for me. Because, like, I can't touch it without burning myself. Yeah, I don't think I could beat it. Electabuzz, however, I think is unlikely but possible. I think there's a world in which I can fight Electabuzz. But I don't think I want to live in that world. Pinsir, just like Scyther, would chop me in half. Tauros is a big cow. I don't think I can beat that. If I don't beat Magikarp, what am I doing? Honestly. Like, honestly, what am I doing? Gyarados, impossible. No way. Vaporeon, I mean, it's possible. I think it's gonna. I'm actually gonna put Vaporeon in neutral. This is gonna be a hot take. I think I might be able to take Vaporeon. Jolteon, I feel less confident about, and Flareon as well, less confident. The thing is that, like, In terms of types I want to fight against, probably water and normal are the top ones. Types I definitely don't want to fight against are like poison, rock, and ghost. Yeah. Porygon's very weird. I think I could probably take it though. It's just two-dimensional. Kabuto is a rock type. I think it's extremely unlikely I beat Kabuto, but like maybe if I pick him up and turn him on his back, like he can't do anything, I'm not sure. So maybe I could beat him. Kabutop's absolutely not. Omanite has a hard shell. I think it's unlikely I beat Omanite, but possible. Omastar, there's no way I could beat. Actually, maybe I could maybe beat Omastar. Maybe, very unlikely. Aerodactyl, no way. Snorlax I would never be able to do damage to, but I think I have more stamina than it, so I'm gonna put it in unlikely. Like I think I could just run away from Snorlax forever and maybe time him out. I don't know. Articuno, no way. None of the legendaries I can beat. There's no way. Like, what do you want me to do? There's nothing I can do. Dratini, I think I could probably beat. And Dragonair, I think is probable. I think I could actually probably beat Dragonair as well. Dragonite, on the other hand, I think is going to be impossible. I think there's no world in which I beat Dragonite. Personally, yeah, I think that's fair. And then Mewtwo, no way. And last but not least, Mew. There's no way I ever beat Mew in a fight. I think we can all agree on that. So, that's it. That's the final tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sure that this was a video that nobody requested, but I thought was funny. So, if you want to see more content like this, just let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.